It is good. Yes, it is good. It is very good. Words that God said just before evening. Then it was evening. What a blessing. It was evening. And then God blessed us with a brand new day. Another day that will be full of God's goodness, God's grace, God's mercy, God's forgiveness, and God's just the beauty and the fullness of this earth for us to dwell in and enjoy and become engaged with for just a little more time. This is the Reverend Dr. Laverne Corrine Williams Foster Hall Harvey Brown Fontaine Turner Hill Holt McKay Cash. And for the next few minutes, Matthew is going to guide us through the marriage at the resurrection in Matthew 22, verses 23 through 33. Here we come, Matthew. Marriage at the resurrection. That same day, the Sadducees, who say there is no resurrection, came to him with a question. Teacher, they said, Moses told us that if a man dies without having children, his brother must marry the widow and have children for him. Now there were 7 brothers among us. The first one married and died, and since he had no children, he left his wife to his brother. The same thing happened to the second and third brother, right on down to the 7th. Finally, the woman died. Now then, at the resurrection, whose wife will she be of the 7, since all of them were married to her? Jesus replied, You are in error because you do not know the scriptures or the power of God. At the resurrection, people will neither marry nor be given in marriage. They will be like the angels in heaven. But about the resurrection of the dead, have you not read what God said to you? I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. He is not the God of the dead, but of the living. When the crowds heard this, they were astonished at his teaching. I cannot help but think this way this morning, perhaps with a little bit of humor. What was the woman doing to outlast all 7 brothers? Now, okay, that's it for that. So, um, engaged within the palms of my prayers all day long. Perspective, and something else. Study to show thyself approved. Get into the word, study it, and remember on yesterday, I think it was, we talked about rendering to Caesar what is Caesar's. And because we are in this present generation, what is practical and what is the law now was not the law back then. Perspective, show thyself to be approved, and who is your teacher? Who do you choose to follow? Who do you choose to follow? Knowledge is powerful, the right kind of knowledge. So perspective, study to show thyself approved. Who is your teacher? And just remember, as we prepare to enter into the fullness and the beauty of this day, God loves a little humor. God loves a little humor. So that just before evening, after God has mixed and mingled all of this knowledge and all of this humor and all of this stuff together, we will hear God say, "It is very good. It is very good." And just a little more humor, if I might. Women, what are you doing, even in this present generation, as it relates to longevity? Longevity. This is the Reverend Dr. Laverne Corrine Williams Foster Hall, Harvey Brown Fontaine Turner, Hill Holt, McCain Cash. And just another little aside, that if I should read these words, these passages on tomorrow or next week, something else will pop out at me other than what popped out today. And the same for you. Who will your teacher be? Enjoy and be engaged.